Well, like I was saying before, we're here on the Winnebago Indian Reservation in Winnebago, Nebraska, and I have a great apology because I mispronounced this man's name. His name is Standing in a White Cloud with a Burst. Interpreted, I nicknamed him Lightning, so I have to apologize for that. But he had a very interesting story he wanted to tell us about how he got this far in life.
Yeah. Well, a long time ago I had a vision about water and animals and stuff, and I went and had it interpreted by an interpreter, and it told me that everything I wanted to learn I would never be able to learn here from my people. And it made me sad because I grew up in foster homes and stuff, and out amongst away from my people, and many white homes and stuff. And I was part of the BLM movement, affairs movement back in the 70s. And so were my brothers. And so we didn't really get a chance to grow up with our people and stuff, and our families. And so when I was told that by the interpreter, it made me sad, and I left because I knew what I was searching for. You know, I wanted peace and balance within me as a person. And so I went out in the world and stuff, and I traveled around and just lived life. And one day my brother, Jerome, he's like, let's go see Dad. And I was like, oh, you know where Dad is? He goes, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's go. And so one year we just took off and went to a Sundance out in Cheyenne River Reservation. And we went to Green Grass, South Dakota. And that's where I got to see my dad for the first time since I was 4 years old. And it was a good like moment for me. And we spent a long time there with my dad and the family. And I kind of wish there was more time, you know. But the time that I got to share with my dad and stuff throughout the years and stuff, he taught me a lot of things, you know. But to me, it didn't seem like it was enough, but it was what Creator allowed us to, you know. And that's what got me into going to Sundances and stuff. And my dad is a Dakota Sioux and stuff. So I started learning all those ways, going through purification ceremonies in Ipi. A lot of people call it sweat lodge and stuff. But there was a lot of things that we did and stuff, and it actually brought peace and balance into my life. And my grandma, she, on my mom's side, her name was Eunice Rice Armel. She's this singer. And I was like, what? She says, you know, I prayed for 7 years for you to become peaceful and happy and to find spirituality and stuff. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah. She's like, wow, that's a long time. She goes, yeah, but you made it. And she was happy. And a lot of my people on my mom's side, they don't follow the old ways like the Sioux do, you know, and the Dakotas and Lakotas and stuff. So it was different, a way of life and stuff, because the Ho-Chunk way of life is so much different than the Dakota way of life and the Lakota way of life. So to me, this brought peace to me though as a person. And the most, I go talk to people and stuff, and I talk about my life and everything. And the best thing I could ever say, the best gift I was ever given was the gift of prayer, because that's what my grandma gave me. And I see that, and that's like very special to me, and I teach my kids that. And everybody says my kids are so peaceful, calm, they're good kids. They wish there was more kids like that in the world. But I raised them this way. I've been teaching them songs since they were little. The things that I learned and stuff, and my little girl sat around ever since she was a baby. She's 11 now, but she was always around where I was mixing up roots and stuff like that, making medicines and praying and stuff. She was always around. So my boys and stuff, I teach them how to be men and stuff, you know. I think life is easy to live. It's just we as people, we make it so hard because we don't know how to accept things, or we weren't taught how to become close to nature itself. I teach my children about animals and insects and everything, about the way of life and stories. And that's how they became who they are now.
Now, could you clarify? Now, I'm saying this out of ignorance, but as I travel across the country, I found out it isn't just Sioux. There's several different Dakota Sioux, Nakota Sioux, Lakota. Can you explain, or at least tell us how many different Sioux variations there are of the name? I think there's 9, like, isn't there?
Yes, I just look at it like there's just the 3, because you got the people that talk with the L in there.
Oh, Oglala Lakota, yeah.
And then, like Dakota, we talk with a D in our language. Instead of Wombly, like the eagle, it'd be Wombly in Lakota. And Dakota, we say Wombly.
Oh, okay. And now it makes it clear.
And then there's Nakota also. And from what I would understand from my cousins, like they actually have the understanding of what the spirit language is and stuff.
Mm.
They still keep that, and they're really strong in that way of life.
So it's an entire world in this Midwest of just Sioux and different variations of that Sioux, and actually hold different lifestyles.
Yes.
Now, my mom was in the Indian Removal Act in about 1941, and they went and stripped the reservations, the big reservations of children, sent her to a convent, shaved her head, and made her wear Buster brown canvas, very unforgiving clothes. The boys were sent to lumber camps to cut down trees with a double-bitted axe. They were just slaves, you know.
Right.
But you're talking about something different. This is recently.
I don't know if it's so much different.
No, I mean a different time, because this is 1941.
Right.
And they called my mother's generation the bitter generation. She detested the white man for what they did because they took her childhood away. They took her when she was 11, and she finally escaped when she was almost 13. They stopped doing it or whatever. But you're talking about something totally different then. You were removed off a reservation into foster homes?
It was not considered a foster home at that time. They placed my brothers and I in homes out in Mormon country.
Oh.
And what happened was, see, like me, I don't think it's so much different. It's just a different time period.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So like, for me, when I went out there, they cut my braids off and shaved my head. I used to be left-handed. So when it come to eating or doing anything, my left arm was literally tied to my body, and I had to learn to eat with my right hand. And I learned how to fast at a young age because Mormons, they fast. True Mormon families, they actually fast.
Yeah.
So I learned to fast as a boy, and that was, to me, I look at it like it was a good thing in that part about disciplining myself to fast and stuff. But the other part, you know, about tying my arm up and not letting me be me, that was, to me, that was hard. But when I actually got to go see my mom when I was 8 years old, I didn't even know who she was.
Jeez. When I say foster home, I'm just saying you weren't in your own home. You were in somebody else's world.
Yeah, they wanted to adopt us.
Now, were you punished when you spoke Indian? You spoke Indian at the time?
No, we weren't punished about anything like that. Because
but there's nobody else.
They looked at natives like we're the last tribe of Israel, but we really aren't, you know.
Okay. But you weren't in your own home. You were taken from your home. Yeah. Oh, man, I appreciate this. Thank you very much.